So I was telling you that there is a dispensation of the gospel over our generation. Uh-huh. What made me say that is because I want to believe that we are at a time when the gospel must be preached vigorously again. Yes, yes. I want to believe that the time we are living in is similar to uh, the first church, similar to their time, where everybody was engaged in preaching the gospel. And when I use the word dispensation, which is oikonomia, I'm using it in the sense that Apostle Paul uses it in 1 Corinthians chapter 9. That's the sense I'm using it. He says that even if he is not preaching the gospel willingly, it's because there is a stewardship, there is a dispensation of the gospel that is given to him. And the reason he said it is because of an understanding of the Old Testament. Okay, you see, the prophets in the Old Testament, even though they were not willing to be prophets, there are some of them that did not want to be prophets. They wish they were not prophets, but there was a calling of God upon them. Are you getting that now? So it is that calling that eventually they had to submit to. They had to submit to it. Jeremiah said, the word of God is shut in his bones, that even if he does not want to speak the word of God, he can't but speak it. It does not have a choice. That's the meaning of dispensation. So I'm also saying it, I'm reiterating it to us now, that we don't have a choice about preaching the gospel again. Now, I know that over the past few years now, people have been given the choice, or they have been made to make the choice, or they have been given the choices of saying, I want to be a kingdompreneur, I want to be I just want to be financing the kingdom, and you people, you are the one that will preach. So you say it is only pastor that's preach. No, that's not correct. All of us. So I'm saying it prophetically now, that there is that dispensation, that stewardship of the gospel in our hands. There is that stewardship of the gospel, and we must endeavor to preach this gospel. All of us must preach this gospel. Every one of us must preach this gospel. We don't have a choice in the preaching of the gospel any longer. I've always told you that in this place, all of us are going to become pastors, if that is the way you are going to understand it. And I know the way I put it is that all of us are missionaries. So when I say that all of us are going to become pastors, it does not mean you don't have your business or you don't have your work. But saying that the same training that you feel only pastors should go through, that's what everybody in this place will go through. All of us will go through that pastoral trainings. So even eventually, if you didn't become a pastor with us, you will know that there is nothing the pastor knows or can do that you yourself cannot do. And the people that eventually become pastors, it will just be little things that will just expose them to at the end of the day. So it wouldn't be like all of us have not been exposed to the same training. The church is supposed to expose everybody to the same training. It's not that some people have to go to theological school before they are able to gain some knowledge, or they have to be in seminary. No, everybody is supposed to go through the same training. And it used to be like that. I think maybe it's administration and organization that had to just break these things away from the church in the time of our fathers. But it used to be like that. I had a father figure. I think the man is even more than 89, if I remember well. I was telling us that. Okay, he was telling me his name is Professor Dura Deboye. So he told me that back then when they were in the Anglican church, that they taught them a lot of things, including Nicene Creed. It was the Nicene Creed that he gave me as the example that day. That every line of the Nicene Creed, they will go every week to be taught about it. So when let me give one of those lines. It says that we believe in God the Father, the Maker. So they now come, they say we believe in God. So they now explain to them what it means to believe, what God is, and who God is. So every week they were explaining each line like that. And I think there were some weeks that they probably use, there's some lines that they probably use more than 1 week. But they were explaining it. It was just telling me so that I would see the kind of trainings that they had. And that's what I'm saying, that everybody ought to have this training, because there is not a dispensation, there is not a stewardship on us. There's not a stewardship, even though we might not have wanted to do it, but because of the generation by which we have come through now, which we have come into the world rather through now, it means that there is a dispensation on you. So you didn't make a mistake by coming this time or at this time. It is God that has brought you, because there is a work that He wants you to do. There is a work that is hanging hanging over you, hanging over you. The apostles, the prophet, the pastor, the teachers, the evangelists are supposed to equip the saint for ministry. So everybody that is a saint is eventually supposed to enter into ministry. I've been teaching these things now. I've been teaching these things now for about 10 years. Yes, so it's not like maybe I just began to teach it now. No, I've been teaching it for about 10 years. About 10 years now. So I'm saying that dispensation, it is in the sense of the Old Testament prophet. The Old Testament prophet. Many of them wanted to do other vocations in life. Many of them wanted to do something else in life. Many of them wanted to become something else in life. But eventually, they couldn't, because there was a dispensation. A dispensation of power is given to us also. A dispensation of grace is given to us also. And we have to make good use of it. If you are alive at this time, it means that you have to make good use of this calling of God upon your life.